The word psychopath may evoke the image of a serial killer or a fictionalized villain. But knowing these psychotic signs can help you notice if you're dealing with one on a daily basis. While it's easy to label an unpleasant coworker or an adulterous ex-psychopath, how can you tell the difference between someone who's truly psychotic and someone who's just annoying? Keep reading about the key psychiatric symptoms, but remember that a few signs don't make a psycho. A proper diagnosis can only be made by a medical professional. Take a look in the mirror, because you don't want to miss out on these 12 silent signs. We are starting right now. Number 1. Easily get bored. Psychopaths are not just understimulated because of an unforeseen day at work or a weekend night stuck at home, but they face chronic boredom across all facets of their lives. One common hypothesis is that psychopaths are hardwired to be more subdued than other people. The nervous system is wired so that they need to keep doing exciting things, to feel normal and reach normal levels of excitement. According to the psychologist Randall Salican, this means that they are also most likely to initiate fun-oriented activities in a group, such as post-work drinks. Number 2. Very, very charming. Perhaps one of the most disarming aspects of interacting with psychopaths is their ability to hide their true self in order to appear as lovable as possible. He or she quickly picks up on subjects that are important to us, and reflects sympathetic points of view, often packed with excitement or emotion, to reinforce spoken words. Not only is this directed at individuals, but it can be manifested in groups. They use their storytelling skills to draw others to them, whether they're at work or in jail. They can gather a crowd around them in the water cooler. Number 3. Lie a lot. Unlike pathological liars, who lie without motivation and sometimes without need, the lies of a psychopath are with objectives. They usually use conning and manipulation for their own gain. It's more about someone else getting something. Tricking someone out of their stuff or into an emotional connection. This could be used to get a job promotion, build a relationship, or control a romantic partner. Number 4. Lack of realistic, long-term objectives. While psychopaths are goal-driven, many take a carpe diem approach to long-term planning. They believe that they need to live at the moment instead of planning for the future, although what they do often have is disconnected from any likely future. In reality, they have an inability to base their understanding of their lives. If you talk to them in jail, they might say they want to be an astronaut, a ninja, or an FBI agent. Their objectives are totally out of line with the situation. Number 5. Think that they're superior. Psychopaths consider themselves better than the people around them, which may help to explain why they are not concerned about the negative impacts of their actions. In the workplace, this can manifest itself as someone who does not worry about the team, and is reluctant to take advice from others until it immediately helps him or her. This might look like overly confident, dominant behavior, or it might be masked around those who think they are beneficial to his or her success, such as someone capable of offering advice. They hide their true motivations, and carefully design people to capitalize on the needs, expectations, and naivety of individuals who are useful to them. Number 6. They can turn their empathic on and off. Psychopaths are not concerned with their impact on others, be they financial, social or personal, primarily because they are unable to feel emotion, either for themselves or for others. Psychopaths may lack even the most basic understanding of human feelings. While it was previously believed that psychopaths were incapable of empathizing, the 2013 study looked at the brain activity of various violent psychiatric offenders and found that the brain regions associated with the sharing of suffering with others could be activated and deactivated. While they usually lack sympathy, they can voluntarily turn it on in order to seduce, charm, and manipulate someone else. Number 7. Have a bad temper. A real psychopath is someone who models excessive anger, no matter who they're with or what they're doing. You'll see physical or verbal aggression over and over again in terms of domestic violence. Outside of a relationship, they may have a road rage, or they may constantly get into arguments. Noting this sign might be harder than it sounds. The charm of a psychopath usually covers his or her anger tendencies. They can turn that way, but only if they're challenged, or someone gets in the way of their goal, Salican says. Otherwise, this is all charm. Number 8. Are sexually promising. With their ability to charm unsuspecting victims, they can attract unsuspecting people to bed, but they are not interested in commitment or anything beyond the immediate thrill. A study at the University of London showed that psychopaths were more linked to promiscuity than to commitment. Psychopathic sex is not about the other person, but rather about power play or stroking his or her own ego. Number 9. Impulsive or irresponsible. This impulsivity or irresponsibility, whether it's risking a relationship by cheating, being reckless with their finances, or even breaking the law. Psychopaths are more likely to get DUIs or not pay child support. Since psychopathy is a personality disorder and personality is largely unchanging, these traits need to be observed in childhood. Number 10. Involve in criminal behavior. Watching movies like American Psycho or reading about the likes of John Wayne Gacy might suggest that all psychos have a few literal skeletons in their closet. However, some may be involved in white-collar crime as opposed to more violent acts, which means that you are more likely to be swindled than physically injured. Many criminals commit crime because of a drug addiction or because of a violent childhood, but for psychopath, the impulse is largely due to disconnection from society. Crime is less the result of adverse social conditions than of a character structure which operates without reference to the rules and regulations of society. Number 11. Shallow emotions. Psychopaths and, to a certain extent, sociopaths, show a lack of emotion, especially social emotions such as shame, guilt, and embarrassment. They show general poverty in major affective reactions and lack of remorse or shame. The psychopathy checklist describes the psychopaths as emotionally shallow and shows a lack of guilt. Psychopaths are famous for their lack of fear. When other people are put in an experimental situation in which they expect something painful to happen, such as a mild electrical shock or a mildly aversive pressure applied to the limb, the brain network is activated. Normal people will also show a clear response to the conductivity of the skin, caused by the activity of the sweat gland. However, in psychiatric subjects, this brain network shows no activity and no response to skin conductivity is emitted. Number 12. Unforeseeable or unpredictable. They like a lot of change in their atmosphere, which could include changing team members and jobs. Beware also of people who are fugitive in their relationships and opinions, as they may seem to change their entire personality depending on the situation. There could be a dramatic shift from a friendly coworker to a cold, dispassionate stranger. Psychopaths can alter who they appear to be and what they seem to want to give, as to how well they believe that a specific mask will benefit them at that time. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to smile.